It's my work. I clean it here and top. This is my office. It's my seat.
David's worked with Red Arrow Motor Coach for about 3.5 years now. He has several duties that he does with us. His main focus is to concentrate on the front area, keeping it clean and tidy for our passengers. When I was first approached about it, I was quite apprehensive because I'd never dealt with Down syndrome, even in my own family or anything. So I was quite apprehensive, but it's been a wonderful experience. Like, it's been better than I could have ever expected.
There you go. Myself.
He's always so happy to be here, and we're happy that he's here, and he enjoys doing it.
David has changed a lot since he first started at Red Arrow. The biggest change we've noticed is David's confidence level. When he first started, he was very shy and quiet and didn't really engage with anyone. He just went about his tasks. But now he comes bouncing in the office and he's really happy to see everybody.
Oh, you got the last one.
I am.
Look at that.
How come you called me Bossy Boss?
I love that.
You love that?
I do.
You like calling me Bossy Boss?
I call you that too.
Yeah. The confidence level in performing his duties. He can go through his routine and he can perform them quite well and very confidently without much support at this point.
The blue can over there. Yeah, watch the steps. You need a blue can. Okay. You need a bottle inside.
Since he got a job, David has become very independent. He dresses very smart. He loves that. David loves to dress very smart. And he thinks of himself very important too, which gives him a lot of pride.
His day starts at 6 in the morning when he's going to work, and he's ready an hour before his ride arrives. He can hardly wait to get there.
You like your Red Arrow?
Yes, Mother.
Yes, yeah. You like going there, right?
I do.
Here, I'll get the water running for you.
Okay, Paul.
They care about him. And it's the first job that this has happened to him. That's why he's so happy, because he feels that he is being loved, I guess. I just hope he will stay there forever, right, David?
Not ever, Mother.
Yeah. David was born Down syndrome. It was a shock for us, but he has become the blessing of our lives. He has brought us a lot of happiness. We sometimes we're sad or lonely, and he comes around and he puts a smile in our lives. It was hard at the beginning because you have to be constantly teaching, but it's worth it.
There's prodding. It just has to be done. It's for their own good.
They become so independent after. In David's case, he always wanted to be like someone else. He always wanted to copy someone else and do it.
When David was in junior high school, there were a lot of Down syndrome kids in the class. It was explained to him that he had Down syndrome, and therefore, there would be problems. Dave was shocked, refused to accept it, and every time that they tried to convince him that he was different, that he had a problem, he would reject it. He doesn't like the word handicapped. He doesn't think it applies to him.
You need the boat.
There you go.
That's a tugboat.
There was work programs when he was in high school, but we looked at it as socializing and teaching him some job skills, so we didn't really give it much thought until he was in a university program. Then you start thinking about what's he going to do when the programs are over. And then it became very difficult for about 2 years for Dave to get employment. We were lucky that the AACL decided to get into a job program because they were finding problems all over the province. They made a great connection with the Rotary Club, and they jumped into it full bore.
They didn't want to bring on someone and be blamed for the failure, and are worried that there's a lot of risk surrounding hiring a person with a disability. Very concerned about the risk. And in fact, you look at it from my company's angle, and we've had no problems, and there's been no, risk problem at all. So, speaking with the Alberta Association of Community Living Individuals, they talked about real work for real pay. Let's get an individual that can really work and make a difference.
Good afternoon, David.
Hello, hello. Good.
We have a good, strong family environment in the company where people care for each other. I know that someone with a disability would be welcomed, would be treated well, would have the opportunity to grow as an individual, to participate, to add value to our company. I think it's important for a company to be recognized in today's world, to be recognized as a company that has a heart. And when you have a person with an intellectual disability working in your organization, people realize that this company cares about the community. These individuals are not relying on social assistance as much, that they are actually getting a paycheck, that this paycheck is helping our community, or helping our province, helping our country, and that these individuals are now participating members and are putting back into the community.
Goodbye. Have fun.
That job has turned out far better than we ever expected. The people are very good that he works with, and it's turned into the best of all worlds. Hasta ver Dios.
Salute.
Salute. Oh, Dave's a character, and from day to day, you're never sure who you got, but at the end of it, you're always happy you had a conversation with him. It's never a boring moment with the guy. Here goes good with pizza.
Pizza
and
okay.
beer, yeah. There's always an opportunity for him to teach you something, so I have to be humble with Dave. But he's an absolute pleasure to have around.
Okay, I'm coming down.
David lives with us, always has, and probably will for some time. He occupies 2 rooms in his house and never tires of telling us they're both his. He's told us that he would put us in the big house, which is a retirement community, and come visit. So Dave sees permanence, and we're hoping that changes somewhat. But what do you think of that, Dave?
Pretty happy. Thank you.
I want David to become more independent. I don't know if he has reached his limits, but we would like him to be more independent, because one day he'll be on his own. And that's why we are trying to see if he can get maybe a few more hours for work, so he can be more occupied with himself, because one day we both won't be here. We are working on that, so he can be independent when he's on his own.
There you go. That's what I'm leaving. Goodbye.